Hello everybody, and welcome to another Dominaria United Premier Draft Best of 1 format. And today we're going to be probably first picking this Defiler of Instinct. Just an above average creature, very difficult to tussle with on the ground, and the bonus you get from casting red permanents is actually quite strong. Now, there's a Prayer of Binding, and also a Tura, but I think I'm just supposed to take Defiler here. Also an Extinguish. We're not going to get any one of those cards back, sadly. We're hoping for G2 Amplifier, Shore Up, or Sunbathing Root Walla to come back to me. Well, there's a Balduvian Berserker, but also a Tori. Those are good. Those are certainly good. This is actually not difficult to splash on a single white mana. It's also a Bite Down. I do think green-red is still the best deck, but I'm inclined to take Tori here. Just stay on red, because we can find a way to splash this pretty easy. Yeah, I mean, Whelp Monstrosity is certainly not bad. There's a Shore Up and a Twinferno here, though. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably Coalition Sky Knight or Phalanx. I do like flying creatures, we'll take it. Fires of Victory is quite strong. Flowstone Infusion, though, I think is more what I'm looking for here. Always looking to get more removal, and this is a pretty good one. Hoping to wheel one of these cards, maybe. Well, Sprouting Goblin coming around this late is pretty interesting. I mean, it is just a good card, so I will take it. Like, even if you can't use the kicker ability, it's still like a goblin picker in the late game, and that's perfectly fine. It also does have 2 power and 2 toughness for 2 mana, so it's not bad. I mean, it's never just going to be completely unplayable. Enthrall to the Pit, or Captain's Call, or Juniper or Rootweaver. I don't really want to take a 4th 4, so I think I'll just take the Rootweaver. Maybe? No. I think I will take a... really don't want to grab another 4 here. We'll take a Geothermal Bog. I don't really like any of those cards for this deck right now. Baird? Okay, I mean, yeah. It's a pretty clear signal there, isn't it? Then we have Tori. And Coalition Sky Knight that automatically work with it. Without almost any work at all. Alright, so Stall for Time does work with Baird, but I don't really think it's what I'm looking for here. Yocha Declares War is just not good. I mean, Hammerhand works with Baird, not Stall for Time. Did I say Stall for Time? Well, either way, we're going to take the Stall for Time, because I don't think these other cards are playable. Well, pretty surprising to see this come around. I think we are supposed to take it, you know? I don't know how likely we are to actually play it, but I mean, we are looking for at least one way to make green splash work here with Sprouting Goblin. Firenado. Yeah, we can play a Firenado in this deck. I think it's probably better than Artillery Blast. Interesting. So we do have at least one way to splash the black on the Banalish Sleeper. There's also a Molten Monstrosity, but I think I'm more interested in the Sleeper. Yeah, we'll do it. Mesa Cavalier or Charismatic Vanguard. We'll take the Vanguard. Better with things like Baird. We're not playing either of these. Not playing this either. Alright, well, Silver Scrutiny is a fine card and all, but we don't really have a way to make that work. So I think it's either Lightning Strike or... I mean, really, I think it's just Lightning Strike. Wooded Ridgeline would enable the Sprouting Goblin. But I think I'm more interested in this. Although the Rod is very nice, I think Lightning Strike is just too efficient to pass up. Dragon Whelp is very strong in a deck like this. I would probably play a Destroy Evil. I'm just going to take the Whelp. Well, actually, should I be taking the Whelp? I already have 3 4s, don't I? Yeah, that's a lot of 4s. And we'll just take it. It works with the Baird still. Artillery Blast, Viashino Branch Rider. We don't really have a way to make the green work though. Yeah, not really ideal. Yeah, we'll take it. Electrostatic Infantry is actually pretty solid right now. We have Flowstone Infusion, Artillery Blast, Lightning Strike, Stall for Time, and Jaius Firenado. If we get one counter on it, it's definitely still good. Maria's Outrider is the other consideration, and we can pick up enough lands to make it solid. I think honestly that is a solid game plan, and maybe just better than trying to be super duper low to the ground. We do need good 2s, but we're going to take the Maria's Outrider. Well, as far as good 2s go, I think Yavimaya Steel Crusher is definitely on the higher end. Very, very above par card, attacks very well, even in the later stages of the game. Now we have a Picker, Take Up the Shield, Gitu Amplifier, and Rulik Mons that's going to be basically impossible for us to cast. Our creature count's looking a little bit low, so I'm inclined to take the Picker. And, yeah, I will. I'll just take the Picker. Well, now there's a Gitu Amplifier and some green cards that I'm not going to play, so we'll just take the Gitu Amplifier. I'm happy to have the Gitu Amplifier specifically because of, Baird. Another Goblin Picker? I'm not opposed. It's not really the kind of card I'm super duper happy to play, but it does play. Hammerhand is once again good with Baird, but I think I'm just taking the beef. So a lot of the premier white cards haven't really come around, and a lot of the premier red cards are not necessarily coming around either. It looks like green is open from this side, and white was open from the other side, which is interesting. However, I do think that we are on the white correct deck, the white-red version. I mean, realistically, we'd only ever play the Firenado, and I don't think we're playing 2. Wooded Ridgeline is definitely a card I'll play. Now we have a free green and black out of our land slot that makes the Maria's Outrider better. Pretty happy about that one. Yeah, we actually have a way to make the Viashino potentially work. Definitely not guaranteed, but we could find a couple more lands. Guess I'll take the Pixie Illusionist. It's a card we want to see less. Oh, Shadow Prophecy is the only playable. Throw a Possibility has a chance of making it. Well, the World Spell is just not good. Argivian Cavalier is very good. Flowstone Infusion is also pretty solid. We do need more creatures, so I'm inclined to take the Argivian Cavalier over the Flowstone, which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm not like super duper happy about it, but I'll do it. Just a very above par card. Been very impressed by it. Well, that's certainly interesting, isn't it? Now we have a Torii number 2, which is pretty solid, but that would bring us up to 5 4s. That's a lot. Even so, is that just correct? What's our land? 3s. So we do need more 3s. We can cut a 4. I think the Torii is just very good. We do also want to pick up a white-red fixing land if one of them gets passed by. Which, I mean, of course it won't, but... yeah, we'll take a Mary's Outrider here. I think it's better than these other cards, just not playable. Well, Heirloom Battle Hymn's definitely a card that I'm happy to see, but there's also an Idyllic Beachfront. We'll just take the Heirloom Battle Hymn. Like, we have a fine enough late game here. We can win with some of the stuff we have. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would definitely play the Beachfront, because bare minimum it makes the Outrider better, and it enables the backside of Stall for Time. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Well, if we get a second one of these back, I mean, I think we're just going to be taking the Wooded Ridge line anyway. Yeah, I believe so. But, we do have an okay number of goblins here. We have 2 pickers and a sprouting goblin. Don't we have, like, one more somewhere? Alright, I guess not, so never mind. That actually wouldn't be that good of a plan. We have not really too many good ways to make that work, but we do have a Flowstone Kavu, which is just a generally good card, so I will take it. Be pretty happy with it. Works with Baird and like almost everything else. Charismatic Vanguard, pretty happy to see that. Sleeper, Picker, Destroy Evil. Well, creature count is high enough at this point where I'm not terribly concerned. However, the removal is a little bit slim, so I'm going to take the Destroy Evil. Flowstone Infusion coming back is amazing. Like, extremely surprising as well. I don't really want another Nalish Sleeper, to be honest. I think I'll just take Fire NATO number 3. We're not even playing number 2. Yeah, I'll just take that to the sideboard. This is just vault value. Yeah. Hammerhand we're not going to play. Yeah. This was best of 3. I think Hammerhand would actually be a solid card to bring in. But this is best of 1, so Hammerhand is very bad. Just not a card I'm ever looking to actually play. I don't know, I guess this. Inscribed Tablet, okay. Alright, well, we are at an acceptable number of playables. We have to cut a few cards, but we can do that. Let's change view. So we have 2 free green sources here. I don't really think that's enough for me to want the Branch Rider. Although it does work with Baird. I don't really know if that's what I'm looking to do. If I can only kick it like once out of every few games. Yeah. Also, I would need to have 5 mana, 2 of which is red, to kick it, or not kick it, to hit with it, pump, and then play the Baird out. I don't think it's good enough here. The mana's just not good enough. However, I think the mana is good enough for the Sprouting Goblin. 8. And then 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, I'm not super excited about the mana situation. We didn't really see any fixing lands for us. That's just how it goes in limited sometimes. What's our spell count? 8? Is G2 Amplifier worth? We don't have any way to kick it, so probably not. I mean, the Baird is sweet and all, but we have Steel Crusher, as well as Charismatic Vanguard and Argivian Cavalier, and Flowstone Kavu, Coalition Sky Knight, Dragon Whelp, and Tori. That can all make use of that. Even Flowstone Infusion can make use of that. So I don't think I'm terribly concerned about that. If we remove this, how many 2s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's fine. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 basic land types max here for the Mary's Outriders. Yeah, it seems acceptable. We're not cutting any lands, I don't think. We just have too much clunk up here in the 4-drop slot to do that, and I would need to cut at least one of these 5s to do that. I don't really want to cut either one of those. That gives us the reach in the late game. So the most banal and unimpressive card for me right now, and I don't think it's a creature, is going to be Artillery Blast or Stall for Time. And I think it's Stall for Time because it just doesn't really do enough for me. The fact that we took out the G2 Amplifier is one of the reasons I believe that. I mean, at that point, it's just to tap 2 creatures, draw a card. Not really what I'm looking to do. We are looking to get in with some aggressive stuff, but if you can't kick that card, it does get much worse. Alright, well, we find an opponent. Hopefully we can take the play here. Unfortunately, our hand is not good, so we're going to have to mull this. This is much, much, much better. And I'm inclined to put the Destroy Evil on the bottom, or the Tori. I think it's going to be the Tori. Can't cast it yet. I think it's just greedy to keep. It is, after all, just a 4-mana 3/3. No promise that we're going to even be able to attack with it, even if we get to cast it. And I think Destroy Evil is solid. Keep the card we can cast, put away the card we can't. Alright, well, they're on 7 cards here. Oh no, they mulled. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'll just play out the Cavalier or the Charismatic Vanguard. Yeah, I'll just play out the Cavalier. If they want to spend removal on the Cavalier, that's fine with me. Next turn, we have, well, a couple different plays. My opponent is on the I don't know plan right now. Keldon Strike Team. That's a pretty miserable card against my 1/1, isn't it? They did not attack, which, you know, I guess that does make some sense, doesn't it? Are we attacking? Yeah, I mean, I guess we are. It's not like the Keldon Strike Team is going to be doing much besides blocking here, so... Yeah, we're going to attack. List. I mean, they will get to trade for 2/3 of my card if they decide to block. The thing about Keldon Strike Team is I think it's really awful in a deck where you're not able to, like, actually do anything with it. Like, if you can't kick this card, it is very bad. Even in, like, green-red, I don't think it should be played if you can't do things with it. Alright, well, we're just gonna attack in. I mean, nothing else to do here. We have a pretty reactive hand, so they do have to do something. Well, Maria's Outrider definitely fits the bill. Yeah, hit them again, past turn. I usually Heirloom battle him because I feel like the Destroy Evil will be more useful later. Okay, so they would need 2 spells to really get me here. So we're going to attack with these. Enlist here, see what my opponent has to do. Oh, I mean, if they're just going to take damage, I'm perfectly fine with that. We don't have anything to do here. We never drew the second red, which means putting the Tory on the bottom was actually the wisest decision. And they just concede. Yeah. Well, I will tell you one thing about the card they played. This card is really, really bad if you don't have spells. If you don't have a very high density of spells in your deck, this card is just absolutely awful. You need to get at least 1 counter on there just to make it bare minimum playable. And then from there, you need to follow it up. Otherwise, your card is just medium. It is a bad card that you can get to medium, and that's it. Unless you have the high density of spells, of course. At which point it becomes utterly absurd. Alright, well, we have a 2 and a 3 and a 5. Once again stuck on single red, but we do keep these. Another 2. Alright, well, that's a fine 2. So this is looking like maybe a game where we're going to have to leverage our... Oh yeah. Definitely going to have to try and apply some pressure early and leverage our Maria's Outrider and stuff to get in her harder. Yeah, tap land do nothing is interesting. Alright, well they do have something here. I think we are supposed to just cast the Vanguard. If they want to kill it, so be it. No, they don't. Okay. Looks like they did have a combat trick, though. Something. Probably... Oh, cool. A little early. Yeah. Turn 4, 4-6. Definitely gonna halt my advance for a short while, huh? Yeah, we don't really have a good way to get through that yet. So we're just gonna play out this, and play out this, and then pass the turn. Sure. 100% okay with this. Well, 4-4 is a bit less annoying, but we have some plans here at least. We can attack Charismatic Vanguard Pump. That does use our whole turn, but it will get through the Magnagoth Sentry at the very least. Are we supposed to do that? There's no way. Seems like next turn that might be a better plan. They do have 4 cards, one of which is a land. It does feel like they're also setting up for a Vortic with the Haunted Mire. So I think we're supposed to just play this out. As depressing as that is, I think it uses our mana well. Okay, they're gonna put a land into play, fine by me. Buy down. Yep. I mean, there wasn't really a way that we were gonna beat the buy down anyway. So, fine by me. Alright, so now we have an opportunity to get in some attacks. That's the good news. Alright, well, we're gonna just play out the Mary's Outrider. Attack for some amount of damage here. Okay, so it looks like they have removal spell, kill my thing. But if what they have specifically is destroy evil, I can blow them out with the Flowstone Infusion. That's the good news. I mean, this was always going to kind of be a racing situation anyway, wasn't it? Alright, well... so we are going to block. That has 2 toughness, we can try and kill it end of turn with Flowstone Infusion. Yeah. So we will. Sucks to have to 2 for 1 myself, but you know what? I think that's okay. Alright, well, not really keen on that one. Yeah, we'll pitch, okay. I don't think we can attack just yet. I think we have to stay shields up, hold up the extra blocker, then find a way to... So, +4/+4 does get us. Brings it up to 9, so we need to block 2 of it. Okay, well, unfortunately we don't have enough mana to make that work. What do they have on the follow-up? The Weatherseed Treaty make a 1/1? Yeah, that's not bad. Next turn they have 1 billion damage with it. Okay. The Elfhame Worm of course has Vigilance. So now what? Now we have 4 attackers to their 4 blockers. Our attackers are not even very good. Not the best, not the best. They're going to give the damage to the Elfhame Worm, unfortunately. And of course they have all 5 colors, so that's going to be a 10 power creature with trample against my 5 life. Yeah, that's kind of the nightmare scenario, isn't it? So, what are our outs here? Removal spell is an out. It's not removal spell, sadly. I think we're just out of outs. We have to block 5 on that. Then we just take 5 on the other ones. Yep, that's game. Yeah, I mean, our opponent just had too much stuff. They did have a handful of nothing but 3s and 4s, and not a whole lot of impressive stuff on 2 and earlier. And I just didn't really have a hand that could punish them. Unfortunate. Oh well. Alright, well, we have another mole, which is always unfortunate, but yeah, we'll keep this and put the Fire NATO on the bottom. Just the clunkiest spell, and we already have 2 removals. Okay, well, a little annoying, admittedly. Okay, so obviously I should have killed that here on my turn. They have a pump spell. Oh, no. They had something, but I guess it's lightning strike? Yeah, I'll just play the land. Not much else. Automatic Librarian's fine by me. Two to the top. You're just gonna play out the Vanguard, pass turn. Don't see much reason to do anything else. I think we are in a situation where we are incentivized to block. It's a good one, no doubt. So we are just going to destroy evil. And we're just going to end the turn. No reason to let them make that indestructible or something. Keeping up green, red, huh? Well, I'm not gonna... Well, yeah, I'm just gonna cast this. Far and away the best thing we have right now. And I think I'm more interested in mana efficiency. Yeah, lightning strike. Come on. Show it to me. I know you got it. Interesting. They don't even attack. That's very, very strange. Alright, well... Don't really see any reason to not attack. Very strange. Yeah, we're just gonna cast a Mary's Outrider. I don't really see a reason to not cast it. Bare minimum, we get in the 3 damage. Very solid creature. They could have their own Destroy Evil. Once again, I'm not blocking here. Samite Herbalist is fine by me. Two cards. Well, I can certainly beat 2 cards, and especially with a hand as good as this one. So we're going to attack in the air. Just get in my free 6 damage, and if they want to remove the Sky Knight, that's fine. Yeah, sure. I mean, they're not going to be doing any double blocking on the Mary's Outrider, so... Yeah, we'll just play out the Defiler now. Have my coalition of 4/4s available for attacking and blocking purposes. I'm not really afraid of that one. Well, don't mind if I do. Yes, please. Bink. Alrighty. Well, it's a Minotaur Berserker, huh? See what my opponent has to say here. If they want to double block, we will just, you know, try and lightning strike the Valiant Veteran out of the way. Okay. Interesting. Understandable. I will just take the 2-for-1 in my favor, though. Flowstone Kavu, sure. Do we strike that down? I don't know. I don't think we do. Does block relatively well on the picker, but I don't... Yeah, that's just enough for the opponent. Pretty easy game. Didn't hurt that we, you know, got some free value out of our Defiler. Alright, we have a Interesting hand, which we are going to keep off the strength of the infusion and the lightning strike. Tori's not bad. We don't really have a hand for Tori, but... well, I think we're supposed to play out the Flowstone infusion and then start playing these tap lands after. Yeah, I don't really see a point in doing much else. I'll just play this out. Forest? I mean, Forest Iconoclast would be very bad, and of course they don't punish us. That's great for me. Definitely happy about that eventuality. So I think they know about the lightning strike now, but... oh, okay, sure. Definitely gonna remove that right now. Don't think there's a reason to keep that on the table. Just play out the Dragon Whelp. Didn't really want to draw 7 lands here, but at least Armeria's Outriders are at max value. Well, Lagomos is fine with me. We will block. Picker. Okay. Charismatic Vanguard, huh? Yeah, let's play this. Play this. If they try to get fucky with any combat tricks with their 2-1, we can Flowstone Infusion it, and just trade the Flowstone Infusion for the combat trick, which obviously isn't ideal, but it's not awful. I have to imagine they have some amount of removal here. It might have been just correct to pick off the Goblin Picker while I had a chance. Because if they have an excess land here, they can just loot it away. Yeah, we're gonna block, I mean... if they have some kind of way to kill it post-combat, like, it's just a card for a card. Not really too concerned about that. Splatter Goblin? Okay, sure. Do we Flowstone Infusion? Yeah, I think we do. Get that picker out of there. They just let it go, fine by me. Coalition Sky Knight and Charismatic Vanguard. We're gonna play out this. Are we attacking? I think we are. It has Vigilance and Trample. Yeah, this would have Trample as well. Not that that really matters. It doesn't really need Trample. Yeah, we'll just play out a Coalition Sky Knight in all likelihood and then pay 2 red mana into it. Let's go to attacks. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm in the middle of a game, so I'm not gonna restart the client right now. Thanks anyway, though. Alright, so next turn we have much better attacks. And I think this turn we're not going to be blocking. I think they want to get rid of it. Which of course is fine with me. They're going to try and set up some kind of Splatter Goblin Bone Splinters plan. That's what it smells like. But I don't have any 1-toughness creatures, so not really the best. Wow, that was certainly annoying, wasn't it? I mean, if their last card is exactly Bone Splinters, this will be quite annoying for me. Okay, so sacrifices at end of turn. So I think we're gonna block here. No, it still makes bone splinters very, very bad for me. Yeah, we'll just take damage, whatever. Alright, well that's pretty cool. Now we can attack all. Would they prefer to block? They would not. Fine by me. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, well, I mean, interesting. I mean, I kind of had to go for it there. It looked like they just passed the turn after that attack because it went straight to end step. So I knew they didn't have anything to do about it. You know, it does feel a little bit grimy to kind of game the system like that and know that I had the win based on arena. But, you know, what are you going to do? Don't know what their last card was, but if they're just dead to onboard, they're just dead to onboard. Not really a lot I can do about it. Very unfortunate. Somehow less fun than the last hand. Whatever. We're gonna fire the first one off aggressively and kind of try to sandbag the other one. That's pretty great. Well, I can't really kill that, can I? Yeah, we're gonna play out this. See if we can find a way to make it work. Alright, here we go. They have something, but what is it? So we do get a token, that's nice. Pretty good, happy about that one. Sure. That's a really, really bad answer to Baird. Alright, I mean, who am I to disagree, you know? This turn I actually believe that we're not going to be playing the Baird. We're going to play the Dragon Whelp and hold up Flowstone Infusion. Whoops. I know that sounds strange, but I want to get in the attack, and it's not like Baird or the tokens are going to be attacking next turn anyway, so... What do they have here for 5 mana in 4 colors? Well, 5 colors, really. They can paint with all the colors of the wind. Okay. Yeah, not really concerned about that one. I mean, sure. Not really concerned about that either. We're just going to kill this now, because it does set up blocks. And we would like to attack our opponent's face. So, they're going to mill that, which is interesting. You know, play this out. Play this out. We can use this 3 times here. 1, 2, Attack for 4, make another token. Pretty obvious that we have something going on over here with the Flowstone Infusion, but you know, I don't really think I can afford to not hold it up for the sake of 1 additional damage. Yeah, it's a fine enough card. Yeah. Oh, well, don't mind if I do, you know? Bink. Planes to the bottom, for sure. This turn we're going to go shields down on the Flowstone Infusion. And we're going to attack all. Not really anything my opponent can have for the 1 mana, so I'm not even slightly afraid. Now they're at 6, facing down a Dragon Whelp for lethal. Well, Shouldered's definitely not bad, but it does not save them. Yeah, sure. Well, they are staring at that Dragon Whelp, aren't they? Yeah, we're gonna attack. I mean... 1. Okay, yeah, just lethal. Alright. Well, Shouldered is cool and all, but you know what it doesn't do? Stabilize the board when you're at lethal damage. You do actually have to do things with it for it to be that good. So Dragon Whelp has clearly been quite strong in this draft so far. I mean, obviously it is a very strong card. Classic in Magic, if you will. Look at this, a hand that we're actually pretty excited to keep. A miracle. We've been mulling like almost every game, haven't we? Like at least half of them. Steel Crusher, I love this card so much. Sure. Don't mind if I do, opponent. There are ways that this doesn't go exceptionally well for me, but right now, I don't see any of them. I think we just have a great hand, very aggressive. Where it goes poorly is like removal into removal. But for now, things are looking on the up and up. We have a Tori. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really concerned about that. Next turn we could just cast a Goblin Picker and Artillery Blast and they're down to no threats in play. Or we can just cast a Tori. No, we'll just play out the Goblin Picker and Artillery Blast that. Like, no guarantees that the Artillery Blast is going to do much else. Then we're going to cast the Tori next turn. Yeah, not really worried about the Academy Wall. Pretty annoying. But it's okay, we have stuff. Alright, so are we killing this Academy Wall with the Lightning Strike? I don't think so. I think it's better to just get in this damage and hold up the Lightning Strike for whatever they intend to do. Alright, well, that's pretty unfortunate because I'm recording through... Alright, well, if they have two great uncommons in a row, unconditional removal that also draws them a card. Yeah, pretty great. Must be nice. Well, I'm recording through Bandicam, so if the client closes, I actually just don't get to do what I need to do. That's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so they have something. We're just gonna try the Baird. I mean, not much else to do. You get the value. They've pitched 2 lands to the Academy wall. Very tedious. They have a 3rd uncommon removal spell. I mean, at some point the card quality has to go down, right? Talarian Geyser kicked. Okay. Yeah, I mean, not really too concerned about the Steel Crusher being bounced. Does mean we don't get an extra card out of our, or token out of our Baird, but that's okay with me. I mean, sooner or later they have to deploy a threat to actually kill me, because right now we're just building board state. Yeah, I had to say something, and of course they have the perfect payoff. A little unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah, we're just gonna play out the Sky Knight and the Steel Crusher, and then pass the turn. Next turn we have pretty good attacks. Okay, alright, very nice. Nice job. Understandable. If you don't know, that card is definitely top 10 cards in the set. Just far and away one of the most unbeatable cards that there is. Wipes small board super duper easily. Helps you filter through your hand, which they were at no deficit of. Played a billion cards that did everything. And then also makes you a 4/4, in case the other things weren't enough. So we're at what, 4-2? Yeah. Alright, so this could be the last game. It's definitely the last one before the restart. So I'd like to win it because that would be the end of the video, unfortunately. We do find our game. Not saying that name. Alright, we have a solid hand. Alright, well they do have a 2 to play. That's a pretty bad 2 right here. Yeah, well we are going to just play out the Baird and attack for 2. Then we're gonna pass. Hold up the Flowstone Infusion for whatever nonsense they have going on. This card is pretty bad on just turn 2. Yeah. Are we supposed to kill that? Maybe. I think we're supposed to just kill the Urborg Lurgoyf. Which is weird to say, but like, I think it is correct. We're gonna enlist here. Tap here. Whatever they'd like to do is fine with me. They will opt to block, which is fine. Gonna play the land past turn. Maybe it was correct to just kill the other thing, but I think the Lurgoyf is going to start like being too big for me to handle. Cut down. Yeah. Pretty annoying. We don't really have any good recourse here for that. The Goblin Picker is a nice consolation prize. Alright, we can block the 1/1, and then we can start looting away extra lands, which we have one of already. Was this Bone Splinters? Oh, okay, just a Planeswalker. Understandable. kind of tired of my opponents having this card. We're not going to discard the plains, because discarding the plains doesn't do anything. Or rather, playing it just gets my Giant's Firenado discarded. So if they want a plus, it's fine by me. Cool. They discard a card that can have a value with later in the game. Yeah, it kind of sucks that they have perfect mana here. We're playing two colors and we're getting screwed, like most games. Yeah, not gonna block. Alright, well, we're going to attack, and if they have anything to say about it, we're just going to Giant's Firenado post-combat. Yeah, very cool. Alright. So, they did have to use a removal spell on my 3-mana creature. Maria's Outrider is actually kind of perfect. Just a thing we can cast, nice size, puts in some damage. Of course, we take a lot of damage on the backswing here, but not much I can do about that anyway. Alright, what you got? They're going to main phase get back the Lurgoyf, which would be a 3/4. Sure. Please take 3. They can have a Lurgoyf, fine by me. Nice. Alright, Samite Herbalist is not really a card I'm terribly afraid of, but they do have a lot of beef. They do have a lot of beef going on over there. Not happy about that one. Yeah. Can't really attack, so I won't. Don't really have too many outs here. It's not like my deck is filled with bomb rares. And we had a great opening hand, and it just did not materialize at all. Alright, well, we can play both of these, so I think we just do. Don't really see a point in not doing it. Then we're just going to not attack and pass turn. Okay, well they have something, just don't know what it is. Well, I can beat land. My 7/7 is definitely pretty annoying. Seems like a game we're just supposed to lose. Maybe they forget that my creature has Secret Reach. Alright, well if they want that to die, I must oblige them, unfortunately. That gets the Lurgoyf. We get this. Don't really have any clean way to deal with the 7/7 with trample. Sadly. Closest thing we have is the Charismatic Vanguard pump, which like we can do with next turn. Alright, well, are we just trading for 2 of our creatures? I guess in this instance it would be 3. I don't really see us winning the game if we do that, so no blocks, I guess. Pretty miserable, obviously, but what am I gonna do? Let me guess, another follow-up from the opponent? Yep, not a land, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, like every step of the way they've just had something to outclass what I'm doing. The Liliana and the Urborg Lurgroif are definitely not doing me any favors here. Just, kind of oppressive. Why the hell they would print that card back into this format is beyond me. Yeah, I mean, don't really have anything to do here. What happens if we attack? They block, we die on the backswing. That's it. I mean, it's a simple enough answer. They didn't use their mana at all. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna activate now. Just make my math easier. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll block here. I mean, if they have unconditional removal, attacking all would be the correct choice anyway, so whatever. Alright, I mean, just playing mono rares over here. Something else? Oh no, get back the Moss Beard, of course. Why would it be anything else? Alright, I mean, we pitched our thing. Alright, yeah, I think we just have to pass again. I mean, who are we kidding? We don't have outs to another Mossbeard Ancient. There's not any way we get out of that situation. We don't have a catch-up mechanic. All we can do is literally pass the turn, have them play a 7/7 that gains them 1 billion life, attack with creatures that we can't profitably block, and we have to 2-for-1 ourselves to kill. Alright, well, we went 4-3. Gonna open up some packs. Get some stuff. Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I should have an article going up today, which should have went up yesterday, but there was a bit of a mix-up on hipstersofthecoast.com talking about cards inside the format that you're hoping to open and not hoping to play against. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.